Friday, February the 10th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Joining me on the phone, as always, the King of Controversy, Anthony Smoody. Smoody, how we doing?
Not bad. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's Friday. The weekend is almost here, right?
Yes.
Let's start this show off with a bang. Let's recap Smackdown Live and 205 Live. So our show starts out with Daniel Bryan. They're in Seattle, Washington, in his hometown. Miz interrupts, Baron Corbin interrupts, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, Yammer. They all go on, and eventually they make a tag team match. They all were saying how they're going to win the Elimination Chamber match coming up on Sunday. Well, then Baron Corbin, or then it ends up being a fatal four-way. Baron Corbin defeats Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, Miz. Apollo Crews then defeats Dolph Ziggler, but then gets attacked by a chair by Dolph Ziggler, and then Kalisto tries to make the save, and he gets attacked by a chair. Then we had the dual contract signing, 2 women's matches coming up. There's 3 overall at Elimination Chamber, but there's gonna be 2 in this. You got Alexa Bliss defending her women's title against Naomi, and then you have Nikki Bella Mickie James against Becky Lynch. Okay, and then you have, and of course it ends in a brawl as always. The Ascension, Usos, Vaudevillains defeat American Alpha, Rhino and Slater, and Breezango. Tony, what are you doing? You're cutting into my talking by. I don't know what the hell you're doing on the other side of that phone. And then John Cena defeats Randy Orton. Tony first. Baron Corbin. Does he have a legit chance to win on Sunday?
He does, but not as big of a chance, because he thinks that, he said, oh, you're going to win the Royal Rumble, and then he ends up not winning it. So he might have a chance. He might have like maybe a 10% chance.
And then John Cena defeats Randy Orton. Are we ever going to, is that the last time we're ever going to see them 2 in the ring together?
No. So I don't expect this to happen. These 2 are in their prime, and I expect Cena Orton to maybe a couple more go-rounds till the end of Cena or Orton.
Of course, and I think it's going to be, should be a fun, of course, Elimination Chamber. We're going to have the warm-up coming up in segment 3. 205 Live, Mustafa Ali defeats Daivari. I'm not sure which guy, Tony. Do you know? One of the guys weren't in the 5-way anymore because of an injury. I'm trying to figure out which guy it was.
Oh.
Let's see here. Which one of the ones were not in there? Tony Nese. Tony Nese was not involved. So Mustafa Ali beat Daivari, replaced Tony Nese. Brian Kendrick defeated Lince Dorado. And then the 5-way match, the winner gets a Cruiserweight title match at Fastlane in Milwaukee. Jack Gallagher gets the victory, Tony. He will face Neville in Milwaukee at Fastlane. Is this his time, or is this just a setup match? Because Neville's on a roll.
I think this is a setup match. I think Neville's going to walk into WrestleMania as the king of the Cruiserweights.
Now, who do you see him possibly, who do you see him facing at WrestleMania?
I probably see a Cruiserweight. Well, let's see. When's the last time we had we can have a Cruiserweight Championship Open where, like the one at WrestleMania 20 they had with them Cruiserweights. They had like 10 Cruiserweights in there, and then...
I'm just going to make a prediction here. I don't have any idea because, again, the whole card isn't announced. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark here. I'm going to say, this is my 2 possibilities. I'm going to say either Austin Aries or Rey Mysterio.
Well, we could have maybe Austin Aries, but I think what we should do is have, during the WrestleMania Access week, they should have, during Access one day, they should have a battle royal with the winner facing the Cruiserweight champion at WrestleMania. They
did that a couple of years ago. They did a tournament to see who was going to get in the battle royal, and Hideo Itami won it. But yeah, I like that idea. Good thinking. We're going to take a time out here on the Ringside Report. When we come back, we're going to recap Ring of Honor and NXT. That's next on the Ringside Report. Welcome back here to the Ringside Report. Folks, we're proud to announce that, we kind of teased it on Wednesday, but we are proud to announce that we are going to have the 3rd annual Ringside Report exclusive WrestleMania card prediction. It's going to be with our own Anthony Smoody going up against Chad McGee. We taped this this week. It is set and it will air at 9 a.m. on Sunday, right before Elimination Chamber, and I'll keep sharing it. It'll be on our YouTube page. Tony, once again, you and Chad did a tremendous job. Proud of you guys.
Well, we had to prove that last year's WrestleMania was no fluke, and the year before that was no fluke. But this year, I don't know, there's going to be some matches that are going to happen. It's going to be a shocking WrestleMania. Last year was a dream of a WrestleMania for some wrestlers. It's
going to be exciting. Again, that'll be on Sunday at 9 a.m. It'll be on our YouTube page, on Facebook. Our third annual WrestleMania predictions. Easy for me to say. Looking forward to that, and I always love having Chad on. Hopefully we can get him on again around probably WrestleMania week, because it's kind of hard it's going to be all the week leading up to WrestleMania. Usually we're on the Studio One patio. Love to get him on and kind of see if our predictions were right. Okay, folks, it's now time to recap Ring of Honor and NXT. BJ Whitmer and Punishment Martinez went up against the War Machine, but they beat the heck out of each other. It lasted the whole show pretty much. Even backstage, it ended in a double countout. The Kingdom get a six-man tag defeat 3 no-names, but the Kingdom then cut a promo and say they want a 6-man tag team title match. Dalton Castle comes out with the boys and says, we're going to give you the title shot, but instead you saw the Kingdom, or all of a sudden Colt Cabana was at commentary, attacks the boys, and then there went that. Ring of Honor tag team titles on the line. Young Bucks defeat the Tempura Boys, and then a #1 contender match. The winner gets a Ring of Honor TV title match. Donovan Dijak gets a win over Jay White, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Leo Rush, Jonathan Gresham. Tony, Donovan Dijak, he's this big, huge, tall guy. Can he beat Marty Scurll? Possibly. I'm guessing it's going to be at the 10th or 15th anniversary.
Well, he's got to prove that he could do it, because at Final Battle, he couldn't win or get the TV title, but I think he can do it at the 15th anniversary in Las Vegas.
Okay, and of course there'll be more stuff coming up. Of course, I believe in a couple of weeks, the finals of the Decades of Excellence tournament between Christopher Daniels and Jay Briscoe. That should be exciting as well. And also, Cody's going to be returning to Ring of Honor ever since he joined the Bullet Club, so that'll be interesting as well. Him and Jay Lethal still have a beef. I'm guessing we're going to see that possibly at the 15th anniversary as well. Now let's fast forward to NXT. Sanity gets a win over the Bollywood Boys. Then they cut a promo saying that Ty Dillinger is a part of them. Even after Eric Young beat up Ty Dillinger at TakeOver, they think he's part of it, but anyway, it ends up into a brawl. After that, a 6-man tag match with Roderick Strong and No Way Jose made the save. It may be made as a 6-man tag for later on in the night. Liv Morgan defeats Billie Kay. The Revival defeat an unknown tag team. And then we have the Glorious Celebration. The Glorious One. He looked great, Tony. You called it. And what a night again, Bobby Roode, your world champion. How long? If you had to put money on it, how long is he going to be the NXT champion?
I say probably to NXT TakeOver at Brooklyn, where Nakamura gets his rematch and gets the title back.
Nakamura, there's also an injury update on him. He is okay, and it don't look like there's any serious damage, so hopefully we'll get a chance to see him back soon. And then finally, in your main event, Sanity get a win over Roderick Strong, Ty Dillinger, and No Way Jose. We're taking time out, folks. When we come back, it's time for the Elimination Chamber warm-up, our next stop on the road to WrestleMania. Okay, folks, it's now time for the Elimination Chamber warm-up. As we get you set, it is this Sunday live on the WWE Network. Let's start off. Let's run through the card. First, we got 3 women's matches going to take place. Tony, Mickie James going to go one-on-one against Becky Lynch. This match could lead to the winner of this one possibly being put into the title picture.
Yeah, it's going to have to happen, because Mickie James has been gone for 7 years, saying that she's the dominant female WWE. Well, I don't think she is, because she thinks she beat Trish Stratus, but Becky Lynch has got to prove that she started the Divas Revolution before Mickie James came back to WWE.
Nikki Bella versus Natalya. This has gotten personal, Tony. Is that going to continue on Sunday?
It's going to have to continue, because it's going to end at WrestleMania. Like Chad said, probably with Nikki Bella, or John Cena proposing Nikki Bella. But that's if Natalya gets her way with John Cena.
Then, of course, you got the women's title, Alexa Bliss defending against Naomi. Alexa Bliss, I don't think Naomi is ready yet to be a champion, do you?
I don't think so, but she's got 2 victories, so it's possible she could get number 3 and that title, so you never know.
We're going to see a handicap match, Apollo Crews and Kalisto going up against Dolph Ziggler. Dolph's had a rough stretch even after he's turned heel. Do you see Dolph possibly turning it around here at Elimination Chamber?
I see him destroying these two because Dolph Ziggler, like I said, he's going to go into WrestleMania with a hot winning streak, and then we'll lead up to that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal where he'll win it. Maybe, I think. I don't know.
Tag team titles on the line, tag team turmoil. We don't get these a lot. It's where 2 teams start. When one team gets pinned or submitted, another team comes out. The American Alpha against the Ascension, Rhino and Slater, Usos, Vaudevillains, Breezango. I don't see anyone taking these titles away from American Alpha.
No, well, I possibly, the predictions I might make something, but I'm going to see new tag team champions. I don't see American Alpha walk out here. I see them get eliminated maybe first or second because they're not going to be in there long.
And then, of course, a match, the Wyatt family's breaking up. You got Randy Orton going one-on-one against Luke Harper, as Randy Orton waiting to find out who he's facing at WrestleMania.
This is a war-up match for Randy Orton. This is what he wanted, and I see Bray Wyatt probably as maybe the referee and causing Luke Harper the match at Elimination Chamber.
And then finally, the World Heavyweight title on the line is going to be, or the WWE Championship in the Elimination Chamber. John Cena versus AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin versus Bray Wyatt versus The Miz. Tony, this is going to be big, and I think we're going to get an upset here.
We might. I don't know. Cena, he's gone into the chamber a couple times. One time he was world champion before, and he walked out of there. He's got his back to the wall. He's got to face 5 other competitors. But I don't know. It might not be an upset. It might be Cena walking out towards WrestleMania as champion. So we never know. We could see a new champion.
Okay, Tony, it's now time for predictions. The updated standings, Tony has a 9-8 lead after Royal Rumble weekend. And, of course, Tony thinks he's going to go in with a commanding lead. And don't forget, folks, the bet is going to be paid off in Orlando. On the Friday episode, March 31st, I will have to unveil if I got down to 200 pounds. If I did not, I have to take a pie to the face. If not, Tony's going to take a pie to the face on the following Friday's episode, our final show in Orlando. And then, of course, and also we're going to do it, the NCAA Championship game is going to be the day after WrestleMania, which is going to be April the 4th, right?
Yes.
And then also, there will be a pie in the face for whoever loses or whoever has the most wins, the points in that. So there's going to be 2 pies on the face on Friday, April the 7th, our final segment in Orlando. Tony, are you ready for that?
Yeah, and don't be weasel out of that. I don't want to see 200.9. I want to see it at 200. Not no Matt Hardy thing. You're not no Matt Hardy that goes down to 220 and thinks he's cruiserweight.
I'm trying hard, Tony. I'm trying hard. I still got a month and a half left. I'm trying.
I already told Brandon this. I'm already making a prediction. I told him. I said from now until WrestleMania, even when we're down in the week of WrestleMania, I'm going to be exercising my ass off. This is what I'm going to do. By the time we get to the day of WrestleMania, I should be down to at least 250 at least.
I hope so, Tony. There's a workout room in our hotel. I'll be there. Hopefully you will be too. Okay, we got to get to the predictions quickly. Women's title, Alexa Bliss or Naomi?
I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss because I think she's going to retain.
I agree. I got Alexa Bliss also. Nikki Bella versus Natalya.
I'm going to go with Nikki Bella.
I'm going to say Natalya steals one. I don't think I'm right about that one, though. Mickie James, Becky Lynch.
I'm going with Mickie James.
I'm going to say Becky Lynch. Dolph Ziggler? Or no. Dolph Ziggler versus Apollo Crews and Kalisto.
I'm going with Ziggler. I see he's going to finally get a victory.
Me too. I agree with you. Tag team titles, turmoil. Who do you got?
Oh, I'm going to go with the titles. I think they're gonna grab the tag team titles.
I'm gonna say American Alpha retains. Randy Orton, Luke Harper.
I'm going Randy Orton.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. He's on the road to WrestleMania. Who do you got in the world title elimination chamber?
I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt. I think the upset's gonna happen.
I agree with you. It has to happen. If everything's gonna happen for WrestleMania, you got to see the Wyatt family collapse. So I think that
if Cena pulls off the upset, then we might have to go on Monday. When we take SmackDown, Monday.
What?
When do we take SmackDown show? Is that on the Monday show?
That'll be when we recap it.
When we preview SmackDown. When did we preview SmackDown?
Monday. But we won't know the results of SmackDown yet, or of Elimination Chamber.
So when we predict SmackDown, if John Cena walks out of the Elimination Chamber with the WWE Championship, and we both predict Bray Wyatt, and we get it wrong, then WrestleMania is turned upside down.
It is. It definitely will be. I think that's going to surround it, and we'll see what happens. Of course, folks, Elimination Chamber coming up on Sunday. Tony versus Chad, and the WrestleMania predictions coming up Sunday as well at 9 a.m. Everyone have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday. Elimination Chamber wrap-up. We're going to preview Raw and SmackDown from Vegas, and Anaheim. Anaheim's where SmackDown is. For Anthony Switty, I'm Ryan Young. Thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.